With another string of COVID-19 hitting Europe, most of the population is getting infected despite the vaccination program and number of restrictions introduced by the governments. In November 2020, I was infected as well and got recovered without serious consequences. Hi guys, it's David. My last video was made 2 months ago and a lot has happened since then and I can't wait to share it with you. In October and November, a second wave of COVID-19 was hitting Europe and it has stormed the Balkans where I was located at that time. In this episode, I'll be talking about what were the symptoms, the course and how I got recovered from the COVID-19 infection. The reason why I'm doing this is that in every European country the symptoms are different and it may be useful for comparison. Now this is just a friendly reminder. I'm sharing my experience with COVID-19. I'm not a doctor or scientist. If you think you have the symptoms, please get in touch with your GP to seek treatment immediately, because time is crucial if you got it. Do not self-medicate. For the description of my symptoms, I will use the information from the WHO guidelines on the COVID-19 symptoms. My first symptoms started on Monday evening, the 26th of October 2020. I got fever, I was extremely tired and I had rarely occurring dry cough. These symptoms are the most common symptoms. One of the symptoms that are not mentioned in the WHO guidelines and is occurring often is issues with sleeping and excessive sweating, which I had along with the fever. These symptoms lasted for a period of 5 days. My temperature was between 37.5 and 38.9 Celsius degree. Less common symptoms in the guidelines are aches and pains, sore throat, headaches and loss of taste and smell. In my case, the aches and pains were especially powerful around the area of kidneys. The aches and pains occurs from the first day and lasted for 1 whole week. Another less common symptoms of COVID-19 I did experience was rash on skin. This symptom occurred on the second week of the infection and lasted for a couple of days. I think it was 4 or 5. The sore throat and loss of taste and smell occurred after the end of the first week from the first symptom and lasted for another week until November 8th. After losing my taste, I realized that I may be infected by the COVID-19 and it's not just a regular flu. I decided to take a PCR test 6 days after my first symptom on October 31st. And guess what? The test results came out positive. Actually, my partner checked out the test results and she was like, "Oh my god, you got it!" And at that moment, whole world stopped and I was shocked. I felt as if someone threw over me a bucket of ice cold water. But on the other hand, it was ironic because I thought I could protect myself during the world pandemics. A second later, my partner burst out into a laugh because she realized that she might be infected as well, since she had the same symptoms as I have. And at that moment we started informing ourselves through all the available info and through friends who got it, who were infected and already got treated. Before we realized to be positive, we were using the paracetamol and strepsils only. After that, we started following the COVID-19 management protocol developed by Eastern Virginia Medical School for mildly symptomatic patients on the day 7 when we got confirmed as a COVID-19 case. Our GP advised us not to use any antibiotics since we didn't have fever anymore, and we started using only vitamin C, zinc, melatonin, which is excellent for sleeping issues, vitamin D3 and aspirin, but not more than 200 mg per day. Please bear in mind that I am 29 years old, actively performing exercises and having strict dietary plan, which helped me to prevent reaching out any more serious symptoms. But again, if you experience any of the described symptoms, I recommend you to consult your GP and if necessary, perform a PCR test. On November 12th, I've decided to perform a second PCR test, which turned out to be negative. This was 18 days of the occurrence of the first symptoms. After 23rd day, I've decided to visit gym. It was still early since I was extremely tired. What I have observed and I would like to share in this video with you is that the most patients underestimate the symptoms as you start feeling better after 1 week. But the crucial moment is between day 10 and day 14 when your body gets into the cytokine storm and it is either the virus or you who has to get stronger. So unfortunately, I know people who were over 60 who underestimated this situation and the virus was more powerful than them. It's not the COVID-19 that is killing the people. The high mortality rate is because of the implications that comes with it, such as shortness of breath, blood clots, insufficient healthcare settings of the hospitals. But I will be talking about this in my next episodes dedicated to the country response on the COVID-19 infections. If you like this video or you would like to stay informed about the world of clinical research, hit the subscribe button, like or comment the video below. We are regularly uploading video content related to clinical trials and clinical research, and I would love to hear from you. What would you like to learn from us? Stay safe, wash your hands, and we'll see each other in the next episode.